Hey y'all, we're gonna edit our green screen photo. It's me, but with no video, just so you can see my whole screen. What I have open is Photopea, and then I have Google Images open. In Google Images, I want a jungle background, but I want to make sure I have a large jungle background because not all of these photos are gonna work for me. So what I'm gonna go is I'm gonna hit Tools, Size, and then I'm gonna go to Large. That makes sure that I have only large file photos. Then I can click around and decide what image do I want. I'll just pick a random one. Once I get this image here, I'm going to right click on it and go open image in a new tab. That's going to allow me to see if it's a large enough photo, because sometimes it will trick you and it will send you a photo that is not a large file. So this is what it would look like if you opened up any size, maybe small picture. Well, there's a pretty small one. So that is what you do not want. That's way too small. You cannot zoom in on it. It's like baby tiny. You want something that's big enough that you can zoom in on it. Okay, so we're looking for large file photos. So right click on it and save the image as, save it as jungle background. And it's in my downloads, so that works for me. There it is. Look at that. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Photopea and I'm going to go File, Open. I'm going to open up this little picture of me in a hat. Look at that. Okay, then I'm going to open up my Downloads folder and I'm going to open up my jungle background. Boop. Now I have both of these backgrounds open. Heck yeah. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is select our green background and get rid of it. So with my magic wand tool selected over here, there's quite a lot of different ways you can do this. So I'll just show you one way for now. I'm going to click on the green and it's going to select all the pixels that are equally as green. You might notice down here I have a little bit of a shadow in my green. That might become tricky for me later. But let's just try it out. So what I'm going to do is click around. If I click once and then click over here, it's going to keep selecting different greens. What I'm going to do is hold Shift on my keyboard while I'm clicking around. And as I click those greens, it's going to select. Nice. Okay, it got it for me. So that dark did not become a problem. My tolerance is 20. You can play around with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in to refine my edge because I lost a lot of my hair right here. And I feel like that's going to be important to get back. So I'm going to go into refine edge. Okay, so what we have here is what my picture is and then what my selection is, because remember we selected all of that green background. So the refine edge tool, what you want to do is any parts of your photo that are maybe not showing up the way you want them to, like my hair right here, any edges that are maybe ambiguous or not like a hard crisp line, something that's like maybe fur or hair or something that's fluttery, I guess, then you're going to paint with gray. Okay, so let's go in. Here's how I'm going to adjust my brush size. So I have, and then I want my hardness to be kind of soft, not a completely hard edge. So then I'm going to go in and I'm going to just paint over what parts of my hair that I think should come back. And then over here on the right side, you're going to see my selection change. So in that selection now you have a lot more detail and you can see those pieces of my hair, okay? I'm going to go over and do the other side real quick. Okay, and then we'll watch and it'll update over on the right. There we go. Okay, I'm going to, up in the top right here, output this to a selection, okay? Not a new layer or anything, just a selection. And then I'm gonna hit okay. What that did is that adjusted my selection and made it a lot more specific, okay? The next thing I wanna do is unlock this layer, and then I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. After that, I should have me on a checkerboard background. The checkerboard is empty space, it's nothingness, so you can move me around anywhere, okay? Next, here's what we're going to do. We're going to right click and we're going to hit duplicate layer. That duplicate layer is what we're going to use to drag over to our Jungle Book or Jungle background. Okay, because this is Photopea and not Photoshop, there's actually a different way to do this. Ready? Here you go. Right click. We're going to hit duplicate into. Duplicate into is the one we want to use. Duplicate into. And then we get to pick where we want it to go. We're going to put it right there in the Jungle background. That way we don't have to do any dragging or dropping. We're going to hit OK. And you're like, well, what? Huh? Nothing happened. Go over to your background image and you should see your background copy of me is there. Where am I hiding? I think I'm right here. Oh, geez, quite large. Okay, this is why we needed a large background file. So if your background file is very small, it's going to be even worse than this. What you're going to do is go to image transform, or I'm sorry, edit, transform, scale. And then you can't even see the edges of your photo. So what I need to do is zoom out. So we can zoom out like this. So it's really small. And then I can go edit, transform, scale. Look, there's me. Super important is, remember how when I showed you those examples, people get really squished or really stretched. So it's important to hold shift while you do this. Important to hold shift while your computer freaks out. Transform, scale, hold shift, and then as you resize, you'll stay the same size. Okay, now I'm going to zoom back in. I can move me over, hold shift, resize. Look at me, I'm in the jungle. And then when I'm done, hit OK, it'll re-render, and boom. If I want my two photos to match a little bit better, remember we can use our adjustment layers that we learned about, and I can put maybe a photo filter over the whole thing. I don't like how that looks though. We can make it way less dense. Let's make it kind of green because the light's kind of green, right? That works. Ooh, now my face is really green. Okay, we could put a levels layer over the top of it and make everything feel like it matches. Wow, so fun. What if my background copy is like way a different color? Then I can go and I can change just the saturation and color of maybe just my picture layer. If I hit clipping mask, then I can change just me. Okay, so if you ever need to adjust something that's on just one layer, right click it and make it a clipping mask. Maybe I'm too bright and I need to make it darker. Okay, once you have your subject on your new background and you feel happy about the placement and everything, then you can go File, Export as JPEG, because that's how Photopea does it, and then hit Save. It'll download to your background. Make sure you rename it. Oh my gosh, yay, there it is. Look at that, so cute. Me in the jungle, wow. Okay, turn your photo in when you're done. Yay, look at you go.